Hi guys, welcome to Let's Talk Video Games. Today, I'm here to give you 10 reasons why I am buying a Nintendo Switch 2 this year. Yes, I'm still unsure when I will buy the console, but I'm buying one as soon as I can. If not launch, then short thereafter. Reason number one is we are finally getting a 4K 60 console. Before the Direct, I was scared we would get another underpowered machine from Nintendo. And man, I'm so happy about this. It's so lovely to see a 4K console finally. And it's great that they finally caught up to Sony and Microsoft graphically. The Nintendo Switch 2, while docked, will run at 4K 60 frames per second. I can't wait to see Mario and Zelda's faces in glorious 4K. Reason number two, the handheld has a 1080p 120 frames per second with VRR support and a 7.9-inch LCD HDR screen. Finally, we have an affordable handheld with a screen of 1080p 120 frames per second. It is incredible to get a screen that could run that fast, and at 1080p, the Steam Deck screen doesn't even run at 1080p, and that's $650. And yes, 7.9 inches Nintendo, why not 8 inches? The Switch OLED had a 7-inch screen, so we are getting an improvement in the size of 0.9 inches, which looks impressive, especially with that HDR support. Reason number three, improved Joy-Cons. They are much larger. This is a significant improvement. The Joy-Cons for the original Switch were constantly uncomfortable and painful to use separately in Mario Kart. The sticks are more significant, the buttons are improved and look sleeker, and they connect magnetically. Also, you can use the Joy-Cons as mice, which will be implemented into your PC style games such as Civilization and that newly announced game from the Nintendo Direct, Dragon Drive. Reason number four, third-party games. Yes, I have a PC and all the other consoles such as the PlayStation 5 Pro and Xbox Series X, but it's nice to see that we will be getting newer and better running third-party releases on the Switch 2. That was the downfall of the original Switch for me. The third-party releases, while some were optimized well, mostly ran terribly and looked worse than they did on PlayStation and Xbox. It's finally time for Nintendo players to experience new games alongside everyone else. And it was fantastic to see it finally happen after generations of getting watered down ports. Reason number five, backwards compatible with the original Switch. Switch 2 will be able to play Switch 1 games, and it's awesome. Everyone's Switch collections will be brought forward on Switch 2, with many improved games such as Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Prime 4, and basically every Switch game will have some sort of improvement. Reason number six, more expansive Nintendo games. As we saw with Mario Kart World, the game is massive in scope and it's going to be interesting to see what Nintendo can do with the extra horsepower in the console, what they can do with their Nintendo IP, and where these franchises will go in 4K 60. Reason number seven, Nintendo Switch Online will be adding GameCube games. Well, it's about time, Nintendo. This is awesome to see improved graphics on certain GameCube games. The GameCube library brought forward and improved graphically for the Switch 2. Reason number eight, GameChat. Yes, we finally have a way to communicate with each other on the actual console itself. This is very late, Nintendo, but it is very much appreciated. It was wild that the only way to chat with each other was from an app last generation on your phone to your Switch. And they are adding a button, the C button, that deals explicitly with GameChat. Reason number nine, GameShare. You can share select digital games with your friends, even if they have the original Switch. You can also share your games locally with your friends to buy and play one copy and play it together. This will be so much fun for people who love to play with their friends. Reason number 10. The price of the console is $450. This is a very hot topic currently. That is much more than the original Switch, but this has been the real issue for me. People ask for a higher performance console, but they don't want to pay for it. The Switch 2 is almost, if not as powerful as a PlayStation 5, and the PlayStation 5 costs $500. So why is it that people are freaking out about this price? It makes no sense to me. It's $450, $50 less than a PS5, and you can also play it in handheld mode. This is just $100 more than the OLED Switch. So what's the big issue here? Because I don't see it. I want to go into the negativity on the Switch 2. So at this point, we've already gone over the 10 reasons. So if you guys want to click off at this point, go ahead. We might disagree in these next couple minutes here, but I hope you guys listen through to the end. We all have different opinions on things. So yeah, let's get into it. To start, everyone is mad with the pricing of the Switch 2. Its games and everything surrounding the pricing. I don't agree with many of the problems people are having with the pricing. $450 for the Switch 2, as I already said, is a great price. The OLED Switch 1 is $350, the PS5 is $500. So how would $450 not be reasonable? It makes no sense to me, especially when we have all these big YouTubers complaining about the pricing as well, because it's currently cool to hate the pricing and they want views, I get it. I also saw much of this with the PS5 Pro when we discovered it was going to be $700. Also, the Steam Deck OLED cost me $700 and it only has an 800p screen. So $450 to me is very affordable for the Switch 2. Next, let's go into the games. Mario Kart World is $80 digitally, and if you want a physical version, it's $90. This is another $10 increase from the current $70 norm price tag on newer games. I'm not against it. $80 isn't that much for a game, I think. If you are gonna play hundreds if not thousands of hours, imagine when GTA 6 releases, and that will probably be $100. So people are really gonna freak out about that one. There was a point when games used to cost $100 during the SNES and N64 generations. That is a lot more today with inflation. So to me, the games are gonna look better, run better, and cost more to make. So why would they not go up in price? It doesn't make any sense to me. But then again, I bought a PlayStation 5 Pro. I purchased a Steam Deck OLED. I have a $4,000 4090 gaming PC that I did buy from NZXT with a $1,000 OLED monitor. I don't mind spending money on gaming. Gaming has never been a cheap hobby. People will spend $20 on a Fortnite skin or some microtransaction, or even $1,000 on a new iPhone every year, but won't pay an extra $20 for a bigger, more expansive Mario Kart game. Make it make sense. But anyways, guys, I'm done rambling about the Switch 2. You know my stance on it and what I think. Again, I don't mind paying money for my video games and my consoles when, they're not coming out every year for that price. Especially, I'm very excited for the Switch 2, Mario Kart World. I'm very excited for Metroid Prime 4. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. We can always disagree, but that doesn't mean we can't be friendly and have a conversation about things without hating on each other's opinions. Let me know, are you guys buying the Switch 2? Are you gonna try to get it if we do get the pre-orders go live, since I think Nintendo canceled those with the tariffs that are going on? We'll see what happens with the pre-orders. The console might end up costing even more than $450, might be $800, we'll see, and then people will really spaz out about that. If you're planning on getting it, do you think it will sell out when it goes live, the pre-orders? Until next time, guys, keep it real, as we always do here on Let's Talk Video Games. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye. This is Let's Talk Video Games, signing out.